Well, it's my favorite time of the day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. And I'm so glad you're on the journey with me today. I've started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, and you're in for a treat. All we ask is something very, very simple. Just give or take about 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 things, give or take, you need to start and grow your business. Thanks for being here today on the Rundown with Ramon. If you want to be featured in the Rundown with Ramon, you want to give your tip, your advice, your insight, your opinion, your thoughts, something you don't like, just DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, and we'll do that today. Today, we have a very, very special show for you today. Every show is special, talking about the 5 people you need in your life and so much more on the Rundown with Ramon. So I'm glad you're here today. Let's get started with it. And I hope your day's been going well. Maybe your day today hasn't been going well. I hope the Rundown with Ramon can be just that small spark in your day to make your day that much better. If your day is going fantastic, well, bravo, fantastic with you. May it continue to be amazing. Let's get with it. Things you need to know to live your best life or grow your business on the Rundown with Ramon. More happiness and a better life, writes Marcel Schwantes. How I finally learned to experience more happiness and a better life with these 6 simple habits. 1, simplify how we manage our day. Sometimes the day goes back and forth and goes on where it's so complex. So many things are going on in the day. But if we can slow things down a bit and simplify the day to day, might life be better for us? We're so rushed back and forth with so many complications here and there. But I would dare say, make it easier, make it simple, and slow things down. Number 2, writes the article, let go of people who bring you stress. If somebody is consistently causing you stress and you are unable to improve the situation, maybe you limit or let go of the people who bring you stress. My friend Brian Benstock is known as talking about this. He says, let go of still people. Still broke, still angry, still ornery, still jealousy, still gossipy, still frustrated, still unhappy. They still got problems. You don't need people around you like that. Let them go. Number 3, distance yourself from vicious gossip. This is important. When people gossip and you're around that, there's a decline in trust and morale, says this article here. There's a decreased productivity and, frankly, wasted time. What about the aspect of heightened anxiety among employees as rumors spread without clear information? Divisions among colleagues as individuals take sides. What about hurt feelings and reputational damage? So distance yourself when there's either vicious or even simple gossip. You don't need to be around that. This is a good one. Listen more than you speak. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should act accordingly. Sometimes we want to talk all day long. And I'm suggesting maybe we should be more listeners than we are speaking. This doesn't mean you shouldn't speak at all, but this means you might want to listen just a bit more. Now, this one here is hitting me home. It says here in this tip from Inc., stop faking it till you make it. Sometimes we may hide our true selves to achieve a desired outcome. We put on a facade and try to impress others in social situations. Now, I do believe, as far as in entrepreneurship, it's okay to fake it until you make it. This is not lying. Never lie, but it is okay to project some confidence, to project some bravado, to give that faith to others that you can do it or that it will be okay, especially if you can deliver and make it happen. So I do believe in some way, fake it till you make it. But I believe what they're talking about here in this article, Stop faking that things are okay in your relationship with your team, your relationship with your employees. If they're not, it's okay to speak up and be true to how things are. Stop this aspect of faking that you're feeling okay and you're really not. Number 6, set smaller goals. As you're going about your day and you're trying to have more happiness in life, and your goals are so big, so broad, where they're unachievable or unattainable, you may be you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, to be clear in this, you may have a big goal, but take smaller chunks and smaller steps to get there. That's how you would do the big things, and you still can live a happier life. Once again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. I'm Ramon Ray, publisher of ZoneUpGenius.com, started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. I hope you're enjoying The Rundown with Ramon. We want to give you a little snack, a little bit every single day, weekday, depends on when you're watching it, to help you in your life and your business. And I want to hear from you. I want to know how you're enjoying The Rundown with Ramon. I want to know what's going on in your life that I can help make your life better, and what topics you want to hear on The Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep moving forward. Ding, 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 ding. I always like to do that. Ding, 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 ding. Bad advice. These 14 pieces of advice you might do well to ignore. Always trust your gut. I don't know if we should be always trusting our gut. Should we? Our gut is a good thing, and that gut doesn't literally mean our stomach, of course, means that soul, our heart, that sixth sense that God gave us. Should we always trust it? Oftentimes it could be right, but you know what? Sometimes it very well could be wrong. You don't need to segment your audience. Interesting. One of the worst pieces of advice I've heard is you don't need to segment your audience. Well, you should segment your audience. It's important to do so. Segmenting your audience, because as I've talked about from Seth Godin, as I've said before, everybody's not the same in your marketing, in your business, and even in family. Your Uncle Fred, who teases you all the time and talks about your weight, he's a human. He needs to be respected in some way, but you don't got to listen to him. Your Aunt Verna, and she's always there for you, making you apple pie and uplifting you and giving you good advice. You want to draw her close. So it's okay to segment your audience, faking it until you making it. The advice is detrimental, some say, but I do like the aspect of fake it until you make it. What Kimberly's saying here, this advice is detrimental because it promotes an illusion of success rather than addressing real challenges. I get what Kristen is saying from Marquette Media, but in my opinion, the aspect of fake it until you make it is okay, because sometimes you got to breathe life into what you're doing, and you have to project that image of confidence, like I said before in the earlier segment. So I think it's important. Always undercut your competitor's price. That for sure is a lie. You don't have to live by undercutting your competitor's price and being the cheapest on the market. In fact, you being the cheapest on the market could be the fastest way to you going out of business. So you do not have to always undercut your competitors. Follow your passion and success will follow. Another big lie. Listen, you may be passionate about growing rocks. Think about that. The business for growing rocks might not be there. I just made that up, so I'm sure somebody's going to DM me and say, Ramon, we grow rocks. But you get my point. You may be passionate about something that really doesn't bring you money. Another lie, we're talking about going through 14 lies that people talk about. Stick with an idea until it succeeds. No, you don't have to keep banging your head against the proverbial wall and sticking with an idea until it succeeds, because the way you're doing it, it might never ever succeed. So you want to be careful about what idea you do. Another myth are things that people say that you should ignore. There's no such thing as a bad idea. I get the premise. You're in a group of people and you want to say, hey, we're all equal. Everybody's idea is good. But some ideas, maybe it could be bad. If the idea doesn't align with your vision or lacks practicality, it's a bad idea. This doesn't mean you shouldn't do it per se, but maybe you shouldn't waste your time on it. Maybe that idea is good for somebody else. Maybe that idea is good for a different time. Maybe it's not good for you ever, or it's not good for you at that time. Don't worry about the competition. Another bad piece of advice that people give. Yeah, you should worry about the competition. The competition is the competition, and you should worry about them. Now, as Andy Grove of Intel is often saying, only the paranoid survive. I don't think you have to be a constant paranoia and always pay attention to your competition. But I do think you should think about that. I do think they should be respected in one way or another. Fail fast and fail often. A popular business cliche that I've often heard is fail fast and fail often. I do like this, but let's see what Colin Kasabov said of pro-texting. This has a grain of truth, as you need to move forward and not fear failure. You can also learn from many mistakes. However, many business leaders and authors take this too far and act as if failure is actually something positive. If you fail too often, says Colin Kasabov, if you fail too often, your business will never get off the ground. Smart advice. Open when the time is right and you're ready. Truth is, says Blair Thomas, you'll never be ready. And he's exactly right. You can be prepared. You can be as ready as you can be. But if you're waiting for perfection to come, if you're waiting for there to be the perfect time, like jump rope, guess what? It may never, ever be there. So keep in mind, as you're looking to grow your business, it may never be the right time, but there could be a better time. Build it and they will come. Particularly common in IT-driven businesses, technical founders bet entirely on nailing ideal customer profile problems from the get-go, achieving hockey stick growth virtually out of nowhere. Guess what? Neglecting marketing efforts early on is a massive risk that has tanked thousands of startups not prepared for the reality of building a brand. So just because you build it doesn't mean anybody's going to come. You might build it and get jack diddly squat. Go big or go home. No, you don't got to go big. You do not have to go big in order to be a success. You could build a small niche business that serves just the people you want in the way you want, and you could be very successful. Ignore bad reviews. If a business guru ever tells you ignore critiques or bad reviews, you'd be better off not listening to their advice. That's right. Because you know what? The bad reviews can be important for you to listen to and understand how you can course correct or do better. Lastly, advice that you may want to ignore is never give up. Well, I very much disagree with that. This may seem wrong, but sometimes giving up is the best course of action. Some things are just not meant to work out. So although giving up sounds, oh no, we're giving up, we should never give up. I get the advice, but I'm not one of those that feel never give up, because sometimes giving up may be, in fact, just what you need to do. If you're just joining us, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you're here. 30 minutes of your time, give or take, to give you the top 10 things, give or take, for your success in life and business. I'm an entrepreneur, started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, one of the leading small business experts around, and I'm so glad that you're taking the time to join me on The Rundown with Ramon. If you want these advice, want this tip, just DM me something like rundown, and I'll be sure to send that to you. Let's keep moving forward on The Rundown with Ramon. We got some more things to share with you today, and I hope you're enjoying it. The 5 people you need in your life. My friend Phil Gerbishak talks about this, the 5 people you need in your life. If you don't know Phil, go Google his name, Phil Gerbishak, Gerby, Gerbishak. And if you know Phil, let him know Ramon's talking about him. So the 5 people you need in your life. Let's get with this. A nice, fun episode here. The encourager, your hype person. The encourager, says Phil Gerbishak, is like your personal cheerleader minus the pom-poms. They're the ones who give you high fives for the wins and pick you ups for the oopsies. In the maze of life, they're your, you got this, you can do it, keep going on. So you need an encourager in your life. They're like rays of sunshine in your friend group. Number two, the mentor, as Phil writes here, your life's Yoda. Mentors are those wise people who've seen it all. They just don't give advice. They share stories that make you go, aha. Think of them as your life's guide, guiding you to the galaxy of your career. The third person is the dreamer, your imagination buddy. The dreamer is your buddy in building castles in the sky. They're all about what if and why not. With them, you're not just thinking outside the box, you're redesigning the box. I love how Phil Gerbashek puts this together. The fourth person you need in your life is the builder, the make it happen maestro. Builders are your reality check with a toolbox. They turn that's cool into here's how. Builders are the ones rolling up their sleeves, ready to turn those dreamy blueprints into brick and mortar reality. The builder. You need a builder in your life. And number five, the systems thinker, your strategy guru. By the way, I'm curious, do you have these types of people in your life, these types of people you can turn to that can make your life better? If so, DM me. I want to hear from you. Hit me on LinkedIn, hit me on Instagram, hit me on Twitter, hit me on Threads, hit me on Facebook, hit me on, I don't have a fax machine, don't have a carrier pigeon, don't want you to mail me a letter, but let me know which one of these five people do you have in your life. I'd love to hear from you. Number five, the systems thinker, your strategy guru. Systems thinkers are like those master chess players, always thinking three moves ahead. They're all about connecting the dots and finding the best route through the maze. With them, life feels a bit more like a well-oiled machine. Do you have these kind of people in your life? We all need certain types of people in our life to help us get to the next level. I've had people in my life, in my career, I haven't been able to do what I do all by myself. It takes people to help you get to the next level, and we all need certain types of people. It feels like in this episode, my chair's going down, 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 down. But that's the way it is. At least my energy is going up, 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 up to serve you on the Rundown with Ramon. Let's go forward about it. And again, that message was from Phil Gerbashek, the five people you need into your life. If you like that, definitely let me know and let Phil Gerbashek know. Ding, 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 ding. Why cloud storage and apps are good. This is interesting. The aspect of data storage gets kind of geeky. But why are they good? Listen, many of you are using cloud applications. You're using QuickBooks, you're using Xero, you're using Zoho for your accounting. Many of you know Zoho apps. Many of you using Google apps. Many of you use Microsoft Office 365 apps. Many of you are already using cloud apps. If you're watching this, you're online in the cloud, right? As I stream this show to you, you have the Chrome browser, the Internet Explorer browser, using online tools and apps in your phone and otherwise. All this is in the cloud, not on computer servers stored in your office. They're locked behind some big companies' computers. But some of you may not be doing that. Some of you may not be using cloud software, online software, and you may still be using on-premise access. Data is the new oil, and every company, big and small, needs to leverage it to gain insights, writes Dick Weisinger, to improve performance and create value. However, data management can be a daunting task for small and mid-sized enterprises, which often lack the resources, skills, and infrastructure to handle large and complex data sets. So, how can small and medium enterprises overcome these challenges and develop data strategy? Well, it's written here that one possible solution is cloud-based services. And here's why. When your data is stored in traditional software that's siloed on a computer, siloed on a disk, siloed right here, it's hard for it to talk together. But when your data is in the cloud, there's software you can use to have data already in the cloud, already readily accessible, already in the internet, to have it safely communicate with each other. Isn't this how the airlines do it? When you buy a ticket, it goes to the TSA. When you buy a ticket, they can connect it to Uber, and it goes like that. You can do this for your business as well and better serve your customers. So I encourage you to consider, how can you leverage the power of having your data in the cloud better in your business? This is interesting. Can AI draft a good business plan? Yes or no? Yes, it can. You have a great idea for a new business. Is it time to turn to AI? We decided to find this out by asking 2 different generative AI tools to write a business plan for a fictional startup. So, Wall Street Journal writes, we got started. We provided the tools with a detailed prompt that specified what we wanted. And here's a look at what the AI tool did. Very interesting. I hope they tell us what tools they use. The strengths, the structure, and logic. Perhaps not surprisingly, generative AI excels at following a logical structure. So the business plans were written pretty well, it seemed. Number 2, the strengths of using AI, filling in some details. AI was able to fill out each section of the business plan with at least some relevant information that wasn't provided in the original prompt. Filling in some details. That's good. Number 3, creativity up to a point. AI isn't going to win any awards for creativity, but it was able to produce some catchy names and concepts. Number 4, highlighting key elements. AI was also good at identifying and highlighting the critical elements of a business, such as its unique selling points, target market, and competitive advantages. Now, here's AI's weakness: lack of detailed analysis. While the AI tools did offer some details, they still fell short in that department of details. Interesting repetition. The text in our AI crafted plans tended to repeat certain phrases and concepts to the point of being boring and distracting for potential investors. So interesting. Number 3, occasional inaccuracies. Generative AI is famous for its hallucinations, facts that are made up and not always factual. Interesting. One glaring example, says this article here, is, in our case, was AI incorrectly using the US dollar symbol rather than the pound symbol. Interesting. And number 4, lack of personalization. Generative AI was able to produce a basic business plan, but without further prompting, it struggled to personalize or adapt the structure to the business being described. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. AI is amazing. It can work for your business, but it does take a bit of work to move forward. Listen again, those of you just joining, this is The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and I'm so glad you're here today. How to create great content to grow your business from our friends at HubSpot. Content creation ideas for blogs. Does it answer a question? Does it compare and contrast solutions to a problem? Does it teach you something? When should you do this? Should it might be a series, daily, monthly, or weekly? What about quizzes and surveys in your content marketing? There's many ways you can use the power of content to grow your business. What platform should it be on? Should you do a podcast? Should you do other solutions? So listen here, content is important, and the power of creating content helps build trust with your audience. If you're not using the power of content, if you're not building great content in your business, guess what? You're not going to be able to sustainably grow with the power of social media. But more importantly, I want you to ask yourself, are you having a good time today? My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. Go to zoneofgenius.com for information like this. And I want you to ask yourself, are you clear on what you really, really want in your business? Ask yourself, do you even really want to be in business? Understand, this ain't Shark Tank. There's no soundtrack. There's no stopping the train going forward in life. This is reality. Ask yourself, are you hungry enough to get to where you want to be? And last but not least, as I always say, what is your pricing like? Are you pricing yourself too cheap, pricing yourself out of the market? And what do you do best? What do you do better than anybody else? What do you do rock on? What do you do great that can take your business or yourself to the next level. Listen, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you're here today. Join me next time. And remember, reach out to me anytime. DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. Let me know you're listening to The Rundown with Ramon.